Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Defense of the Patients. I am your host, Roland, sitting here with my brotherly co-host, the Wester.
The Grand Wazoo. Thanks for having me, Roland.
You are very graciously welcome for being here.
Am I on The Price is Right now with this music? I forgot about this music.
It's kick-ass.
And bring them down!
I use it for every show I can be on, unless it's...
It definitely seems a little daytime TV.
People ask me to come on shows, and I'm like, but we have to use Boogie Nights as my intro.
Is that what this is called?
Yeah.
Surprised it's not copyrighted.
It's royalty free. We own it.
It's good to be on. I don't think have I ever been on your show?
It's not like my show. It's
it is.
No, Denny's the one that says, "Hey," you just
show up.
I just show up. Yeah, I'm talking to the microphone. But that guy is off. I don't know.
Gallivanting Texas.
Doing something.
Canvassing for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm joking. He is, not that would be a joke if you wanted to do that, disclaimer. But not that there's anything wrong with that.
Dressed as a woman, which is fine, But that's
also fine. But that's also not what he's doing. So this is just like a social awareness episode where we tell you all the things Cyphus could be doing but isn't. He's
drug addiction.
He's doing stuff at a truck stop with somebody. He's not doing that, but he could be doing that. So watch out. So what is I'm new to this show, man. Like, what's the format? How does
There's no format as the format.
So I'll fit right in.
So basically, we get on here and usually argue for anywhere from 45 minutes to sometimes an hour and 15 minutes. About whatever Denny thinks he's right on, and I completely disagree, whether I actually disagree or not.
They say to be in a relationship that lasts, you have to challenge each other. And so I think you guys definitely do that. That's good.
No, I'll get a little gush on the Cyphus. His name's fine. What do you think of the name Cyphus? Be honest.
Whatever
Cyphus.
Okay, so
the moniker.
It sounds like what you'd name like a robot you thought was really cool as an 8 or 9-year-old kid.
Sure.
Get him, Cyphus! Like I could see myself doing that at 8 or 9.
Has it grown?
Which is fine with Cyphus because he's still into all that Marvel shit, like ecstatically into it. He's like, I'm not gonna see that one 3 times. But that's how mad I am about the plot. It's like, come on, dude.
We have friends like Face who, whenever he learns a new bit of information, he is compelled to tell you that new bit of information.
God bless him.
Whereas...
But sometimes he'll have a glitch in the matrix in his own mind and tell you over and over again.
And
you're just like, you told me already.
But with Denny, he hides all of this like crazy knowledge that he has, and you have to dig it out of him. Like his Marvel knowledge, his Star Wars knowledge. I've read 50 novels on the Star Wars universe. This is shit. His D&D prowess. Like he knows that book by hand. Like or by memory.
By hand.
By hand. Like he could write it. I don't know.
He knows the book so well, it's like he's holding that book open in his hand and reading it.
I guess like he's kind of, I mean, if you're gonna pull the opposites attract, I'm kind of like the second I know anything, I exaggerate it and tell you. He just keeps it all in, dude.
Yeah.
Like the Deadpool thing.
What Deadpool thing?
When I called Spider-Man, or the Deadpool guy Spider-Man at the Comic-Con, and I was like, "What's up, Spider-Man?" And he's like, "It's Deadpool." And this is years ago, but I didn't know. And then I tell Denny about it, and he's like, "Oh my god, embarrassing." And I was like,
"That's
really?
Definitely a pretty big nerd faux pas."
And he's like, "Did he have katanas?" And I was like, yeah, like there's swords on his back. And he's like, oh my god, dude.
You were like, you're like a ninja Spider-Man.
I don't know. They did the black Spider-Man with
That's Venom.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Yeah, that was Eddie Brock turns into Venom from his rage from that shit that I don't know.
Remember we'd go at midnight, you and I, with Mom?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that good.
No, it never was. It always left something to be desired. And it's always weird, that type of person that dresses up in the suits and runs around and stuff. There's always like 9 guys dressed as Spider-Man jumping over the railing. Like, someone's going to get hurt doing that.
Oh, I know. The costumes.
I think people are like way sketchier about that now ever since that theater shooting and stuff. And like all the general security things.
Well, you remember when we saw Star Wars Episode 1 when that came out in theaters? Mm-hmm. And at the start, it even had the music. The movie hadn't started, but people were lightsaber battling in the front of the theater, and it was like an event. And then they played the movie, and everyone's dick went flat. You know what I mean? It was like,
what is that?
Oh.
I think people were pretty stoked. With Star Wars, you don't even know how much money you've spent until, like, people were like laying in bed that night and just like,
but
they heard Misa Jar Jar Binks, and they're like, what the fuck happened? What did I just pay money to see?
The coolest thing about that was a double lightsaber, and that's it.
Which isn't... if you can split it and put it in double mode, that's pretty cool. Because you,
yeah,
you have two configs.
Like General Grievous, who has the... and he's spinning them around, like, you know.
But still,
he's the raver.
A true Jedi will be able to overcome any such gimmick.
Sure. But, okay, what we do on the Monday show...
It's pretty easy so far. I gotta say, like, I'm gonna gun for your job. I'll do both.
Yeah, it's extremely easy. It takes no preparation and very little thoughtfulness.
You didn't introduce me very well, by the way.
Yeah, dude. I was like, we got, you know, the Wazster, as I like to call you.
That's not my name.
The Wazmadaz.
You have like these monster trucks Saturday gathering. Wazmadaz. And this master monster truck.
No, what we do is when we play Dota, we talk about it, and you and I, seeing as Denny's been off it, what was he doing? Something.
He was not doing things
here
with his mouth for crack rocks in a park in Austin, Texas. He was not doing that.
He was not doing that. But we talk about, you know, how our MMR has gone up, gone down. We've been recently smurfing. Denny's been here for most of this. Denny only left Thursday.
I don't smurf, by the way, which makes me a good counterpoint to this whole shit. I don't smurf.
I don't smurf anymore either. I'm
doing it on the Wazmataz.
I just have 2 accounts. I will never play on the .p Roland. I am .p Roland.
Proland.
Yeah, dot
Which
Proland.
I look at that and I laugh and go, I'm more like .newbieland.
And Yasp estimated me somewhere. I guess we could do state of affairs. I'm like 2650 average, 27. I'm 2750 party.
So you're almost average.
I'm almost an average Dota player.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
I've only been playing Sven. If people want to know, I love that hero. It's kind of reminiscent of Spectre, where I loved the process of getting last hits and weaving and dodging and making sure you have enough regen and shipping out, you know, salves if you need it and quelling blades and all that business. Like,
so playing a carry pretty much is what you like.
And then I play Sven, and you know, granted he's extremely strong this patch because of Echo Saber and because of Echo Saber
Speaking
plus
of a
Helmet
guy
Dominator.
that's not here and may or may not be committing petty crimes around the Texas area, he told me Echo Saber was not going to be core on Sven when it came out.
And I was like, okay.
And I was like, yeah.
Even Tortellini thinks it is. And is in his build that, you know, you get an Echo Saber.
There's a reason for that. You know, it's really good for the hero. Provides some mana, stats. I mean,
provides some mana?
It's a little too cheap, I think.
It's way too cheap. 2650, way cheap. Provides some mana, provides all the mana Sven will ever need. So the way I figure it is in an ideal game, I'm sitting at, by the latest, 10-minute Dom, which means I can get my Dom to creep over to the Ancients and have hopefully a quadruple stack of Ancients by the time I get my Echo Saber. And then I boom, clear it out.
Then you have a blink.
And then it's a blink dagger, basically. And then
that's the build. Blink into like blink. BKB.
Well, depends. Like, seeing as Necro's so popular, I've been building Lincoln Sphere, which seems ridiculous, but I will tell you that, you know, it's one thing that Necro will target you every single time. And yeah, they're going to do things like pop the Lincolns. I'm not playing at skill levels where people are like, okay, use the Yules to pop his Lincolns, and then we're going to blow everything on him, and then I'm going to Reaper Scythe. Like, he won't notice that I have a Lincoln Sphere until well after he's wasted his Reaper Scythe like 3 times. So I've done that. It's worked with some success. But yeah, BKB.
But if they don't, you're giving a lot of control over to the enemy.
Yeah.
And that's what you don't want to do as you get better, because you make these habits that it's like they're holes in your gameplay because you're like, okay, they just won't realize this, and then they do, and that's when your skill level's up because you've reinforced all these habits with like weak habits. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I've done a lot of, which has kind of hurt the type of player I've become and like where I've leveled out, which is the average mark, and I just don't see how I can surpass it without relearning a lot of things. It's a hell of a game.
Stacking and understanding the jungle, like little nuances, like where you can quell one tree and stack a camp otherwise you couldn't, or kill a tree and get out of the spawn box before it spawns. Like it creates so much efficiency. In 65 games, I've stacked 500 camps. Like I am making it up, and that's just playing Sven. I'm not even,
which isn't too ridiculous.
No, it's not. I mean,
what, 10 camps less?
It's like 10 camps a game, and I make sure that there is, my Z button is what I put the creep on, and I'm double clicking the Z and looking at the time every so often.
So what do you do? You can have, is that like all other units then, your Z key?
No, I do Control Z. I make it Z, so you can.
It's just a control group you can put it on.
You can create 6 of them, so I could have 6 control groups.
Yeah, I always just have a problem because I'll put it on all my other units and then I have my own unit. You know what I mean?
No,
so like I won't have something that selects everything.
Space is my own unit. Z is what stacks for me. So I'll double hit Z. It'll take my camera focus there. I look up at the clock, not there. Whatever. If I notice the clock, I'll pull. I'm getting good at doing mini-map stacking, where I just throw him in there and then have him run away. Like to fountain, and then hopefully catch him before he goes to fountain, just so I don't even have to look over there because I'm not super fast for some reason. StarCraft, I went back and I felt like my APM was good. Not so much in Dota. I feel like I don't want to use the word clunkier. It's not a spam game. Yeah, it's not.
Like it doesn't benefit you to hit an action 100 times if you're looking at like when you have two things to micro. Those things have to be done in fluid actions. If you're down to like. If it's like 46 and you barely have the time, you got to get your guy there in the box to attract that creep aggro and get out in time. Mm-hmm. It's not something that you can just be like twitching your way through, or it's just you're going to take too much time.
Yeah.
And in that sense, it grants fluidity. The game gives you that fluidity, which I kind of like.
It feels smooth, huh?
Yeah, and it's like something like to strive for in terms of mechanical play. Mm-hmm. But I'm slow there as well. I think anyone at our level of play is, because
slower at least. We're still like, I mean, I haven't even broken the news of last hitting with Audrey, although she is totally capable and totally understands it. Like the concept of getting the last hit on a creep. Because Audrey, my wife, has been playing, or Evan Wood, has been playing a ton of Dota 2 with me lately. It's been a blast. She plays Crystal Maiden. She loves Crystal Maiden. She loves her abilities. She loves her ult. I love her playing Crystal Maiden when I'm Sven, because I just max my stun, which that is the only time I max my stun, and I have Echo Saber, and I do stun, and I do cleave, and then only get 1 point in E. I think it's cool because it's a ton of magic damage that they're taking to the face that I can do every, 12 seconds or something like that. So I do that. It's fun. We win a lot. We have 100% win rate still. Audrey and I. We haven't lost. But
that's a marriage built to last.
Mm-hmm. And it's really cool because she's just sitting there, and it's just, I'm like, okay, don't go any further. And I'm like, okay, they're coming toward me, ult. And and then it's gotten to the point where I don't say anything. Her ults are spot on. She gets a Glimmer Cape at like 12 minutes with Tranquils. And I'm like, where are you getting the farm? And she's like, aren't I supposed to pull? Like, yeah. So maybe she's just a prodigy. I was not like that when I started. Not at all.
She just goes in there with like a hairless cat and like a freaking Nightmare Before Christmas blanket wrapped around her, like facing off against Sumail.
Yeah. She is surprisingly quick. We put her, so she's played 3 heroes now. She started off with Dazzle, and I understand I'm glad she isn't playing Dazzle anymore, because I felt like I was better at Dazzle the more games I had played, because you understand his cast points, you understand when to heal, because you want to do damage and heal, right? Anyway, then she moved on to Lich. And yeah, that's the starter hero. Okay, you're going to sacrifice, and then you're going to queue people, and then you're going to sacrifice, and then you're going to queue people, and you're going to stay by me. I understand it. She got bored quickly. And I said, try Maiden. I said, Maiden isn't easy. You need items. You need good positioning. And she's good. That's all I can say. I'm like super proud. I'm a proud husband that I can play Dota with my wife and we win every time.
That is until your kid comes.
Well, yeah, then she can't play Dota anymore.
Then you can play with your wife and kid.
Oh, I can't wait. Though whatever game it is that I'm on, because I've always been the type of game addict where it was, went from game to game to game to game to game, where I was just absurdly addicted to that game. Whatever that game is, I'm not going to force my child into anything. Psychologist Denny says that I'm going to create all sorts of disorders in my baby by wanting it to play piano. Yeah, I want my kid to be a good piano player. That's not weird. I'm going to have it take piano lessons when it's old enough.
One, like, your kid might just grow a disdain like we did and be like, this fucking sucks. I want to go play video games.
And then I'll say, okay, but I want to try the piano thing. I would love to.
You think they're just going to be the next Ray Charles?
No, just sit around swirling my scotch while I'm like, play me the seventh again. Although I know that's not the seventh, and I know
whatever
that was. Beethoven.
I'm sure your kid will be a musical prodigy.
Nah.
That might
be
be
cool.
Beethoven's seventh.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, Audrey's brother is the big time drummer in LA, and I was a big time nothing in Utah. So yeah, it should be a musical prodigy indeed.
No, you're not convincing me.
No. Anyway, so like I said earlier, I calibrated half with, I'd say, Wazoo and Cyphus, and then half with just Wazoo and Blackheart. And I placed at 2744, and then solo I placed at 2634 or something like that. I was bummed on the solo. I thought I did better than 2600, but
it's not a lot about doing better. It's just an estimated MMR around those people, the range that you're playing with.
Well, my GPM, my KDA, my XPM was
But you're getting
incredible.
those numbers at 2,700 games, so they're going to put you there,
It's just I never had a chance. I won most of them. I won at least 60%.
And I'm sure those ones you lost were, like, ranked higher, if you were to look at them.
I played against a 4.2k solo MMR person. Not international ranked, 4.2k solo, and beat him. And it was like, wow. And it was an off-lane Slark that was in my lane, 4.2k. And we wrecked him. We didn't wreck him, like, he showed that he was good at Slark, but he didn't win the lane. I still last hit a bunch of creeps and got my shit, and we won. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more that goes into that than just winning. I mean, some people do lose those and lose every single one and still hit MMR cap or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ursi was saying that there are people that will lose all 10 and hit the cap, which I think is somewhere in like 4.5k range or 4.25. No, if anything, it's kind of showed me that YASP estimates are goddamn precise, because this was 60 games, or about 45 games, I'd say, that I played just with Cyphus. Just Cyphus and I. We initially YASP estimated our MMRs at like 3,500. And then it honed in at 27. So, I mean, over the course, like 20 games in, it was saying we were 3,500. And then 20 more games, I'm 2,700.
I think an interesting strategy would be to get someone at like your desired MMR to play with. And play no games on the account you want to calibrate at that level. Then when you go into calibrate with international or whatever, you play with them, they would drag your average up, and that's probably your best shot.
But I don't want some gimmicky way. Like, I didn't smurf for that reason. I smurfed for a myriad of reasons.
Well, not to break your heart, then that probably is your skill level. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm fine with that.
And it's better than what you were on your main account, I guess. But
700 better. I'm 1,900 on my main account on both party and
there's
solo.
A reason they're offering this ability to recalibrate. You know, like, people have been playing for years, and you go through phases. I mean, when I started the game, you're talking about Audrey, your wife spamming Maiden. I played just Bounty Hunter, and I just called it the bounty hunter game, and I just roamed around and picked people off and tracked and stuff, and that's all I ever did. And I didn't want to know anything else about Dota. I went in whatever lane, and when you play the game that way, like, it's pretty easy to calibrate lower than you maybe should.
Yeah.
But those invisible MMR rankings and stuff, I mean, I'm sure they go somewhere with where you're originally placed in this international thing. Like, you were probably around there anyway with those normal games you played. It placed you around there to get an idea, and then you just kind of performed as you should in that skill level.
We played like 35 normal games. I want a shirt that says, I don't play Dota, I play Sven. At this point, like, I first pick Sven, which I think is a mistake. I always go for like a Wind Ranger or a Drow Ban. And this is just personal experience. I don't even know if those are the main counters to Sven. I would think that like a Clockwork would probably be a pretty good counter to Sven.
Well, not really Wind Ranger. I mean, I guess they kind of counter each other, but I mean,
Wind Ranger
Stormhammer's
blows.
magic.
Ugh.
Stormhammer's magic damage, so she can go into Wind Run, you can stun her. Wind Run runs out, it still did the damage, and you're there to attack her.
I'm talking like laning phase. I hate laning against a Wind Ranger because she's
Should you ever? Like, does she go off lane?
Yeah, there's offlane Wind Rangers
I thought
all
she was
the time.
like being played mid more often.
Yeah, but I see offlane Wind Ranger all the time.
Yeah, I guess you can just farm with Power Shot and shit. That's a hero I've been like watching less plays on and like wanting to pick up.
Well, the Power Shot, the Shackle, the Focus Fire, the constant just right click harass, it forces me into this like favoring E build where I'm favoring armor to just constantly like spam that and like dive in, get a last hit, dive out, which is not fun to play that way.
I think there's few builds of Sven where you don't max cleave first, even in those situations, because it's like the bonus is fine at level 1. The Stormhammer's fine at level 1, but I mean, cleave's good at level 1, but all those things are fine. Why not max the cleave and get the damage, and especially the pure damage in a lane?
Oh, yeah. No, it's just like, it's an invisible way of looking at Templar Assassin and her refraction, right? Where when she hits a creep and you're standing right behind it, it'll do damage. Oh, that's Psyblades, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what cleave is for Sven, and that's why you max it. It's constant slivers of harass, but it's constant.
You know how you hold on to stuff like that you heard when you were a noob sometimes? Like, you kind of hold on, like, someone told me you always max stuns on every single hero. And then God. Because they're just so good and such high value. And it went with me for years. And someone yelled at me and like raged at me for not maxing Sven's stun first and going cleave. Like, this was years ago though. And he's like, you're pushing lane out. Like, and just called me all these names, and it just stuck in my head.
It's true.
That I shouldn't.
You are pushing the lane.
Yeah.
A good support though fixes that. Which is awesome. Like,
but it's just like weird how those things will stick with you, and like then like now I understand creep equilibrium. You know what I mean? I know when you should be cleaving and when you shouldn't, or at the very least be pushing the lane. But back then I didn't. You know what I mean? So I just had to take players' words for it. Yeah.
Chink. Got a last hit. Missed the last hit. Got a last hit.
Pinging me, stupid. Yeah. It's like, what?
Oh,
I'm just doing my job. You know?
Yeah. I played a game with this dude named Wrath. And
Wrath?
Yeah, I don't know. There's like 3 Wraths that I've met, so it's not
Wrath. I thought you said
W,
Wrath, like Raphael.
No, Wrath. And I was playing some carry, and he was playing an ogre, and he was so frustrated with my last hitting. He's like, you can't even get a fucking last hit, and that stuck with me. Where I couldn't. I remember being like so under pressure, and it was like time was not like. It slows down. I go into bullet mode on Sven.
That's how I feel with Puck, dude. But it's way harder.
Yeah. I hate the sound.
I love it. It sounds like hitting like a ball with a like tin pan or something. I like it.
Oh, so that's another thing. Wazoo's been playing some Puck. And at first, it scared the shit out of me because Wazoo's been doing this thing where he's been picking heroes like Tusk, and that did not work out well for you, dude. And we were like, why Tusk? And then we lost, and I was like, dude, that's okay though. I do that all the time, and I've done that to you a million more times than you've done it to me. But he got a 4-man Dream Coil where Sven, Blunken stunned God's Strength and wrecked the team and got an ultra kill. It
I
was
love those moments
beautiful.
with Puck where you blink in and get them because they all like stop.
No, you illusory orbed in.
No, I know. You illusory orb in, you land there, you throw the coil, they all look at you. I mean, you silence too, of course. And they all just look at you like, motherfucker. And then they all go to turn on you, and then you just phase shift out. Bye-bye! And then your team's just there to clean up. Like, Puck's fun because you are the distraction. Like, a living distraction. You know you're making space. And sometimes that doesn't work when people buy 2 Battle Furies, but go figure.
And you're good at Twitch response. We've talked about that multiple times. Where Galaxy Wars,
it was Geometry Wars,
or Geometry Wars, Isaac Binding of Isaac. That's a Twitch game for sure. You're just good. You've always been good at those types of things. Where I saw you. Okay, this doesn't.
Is this
seem
an award show for me?
No, I wanna talk about your cool plays. So there's an invisible Phantom Lancer chasing after Andrew's Puck. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, imagine I'm a Puck, running down, nobody's around me, because I'm fine and I'm
more
safe.
Of a sauntering float.
Yeah, you're sauntering, you're floating. Little do you know there's an invisible Phantom Lancer going, ha ha ha, I'm gonna Spirit Lance that Puck.
Yeah, that guy had the weirdest build. It was like Soul Ring and then Shadow Blade.
Yeah, it was and it didn't work.
No.
And bam, the guy breaks invisibility and throws the Spirit Lance, not far range, and bye-bye! And then comes out and fucking 1v1s the PL and kills him. And it was like, dude! And the whole team was like, well played, and like pinging, and it was a cool moment for sure.
Good times.
Yeah, good for you.
You can do a lot of cool shit with Puck, and it makes you look way cooler than you actually are.
It looks cool, especially when you silence. It's just like...
It does damage, too, which I love about that.
Yeah.
It's just like pixie dust in their eye. They're like, what are you doing? It's like, fuck you. Pixie dust isn't just magic. It actually messes you up, too, when it gets in your orifices. Puck is just a good all-around mid when you're playing like with new people, too, because you can control the lanes a little bit. But he's not like a Viper who comes up and just... and takes like... triple kill, like takes every single kill. Like Puck, like helps you win. Yeah. He doesn't just go.
He's
in
a utility dude.
And I've been getting Yules on him. So what the thing is with the Yules is like once you get a blink, Yules, and phase shift, like you have enough time between all those items
to blink around,
to blink out. You know what
and
I mean?
illusory
like,
orb again.
Yeah,
and
like you can't get caught. Hopefully, if you're good. Like I'm not with it yet, but like once you have your abilities maxed out, he becomes really fun in terms of just like. You're cleansing all the status effects with the Yules, and then you're blinking out, and then you're illusory orbing. Like, you can cover so much distance so quickly that it makes him, like, the perfect initiator. I love playing him.
Agreed. Well, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. Next up, we are going to talk about Wazoo supporting. We're also going to talk about our times in the international ranked queue.
I want to talk about Manila coming up, too, guys, so please stick with us. This is some very old-timey music, and something about old-timies remind me of how hard they had to try. Tune in to Try Hard Tuesdays on the DotP network on Tuesday to try a little harder with us. Try as hard as the Pilgrims, try as hard as the Pioneers, as we try to grind out that heartfelt MMR. I'll see you partners later. Get involved, and come see what DotP is all about. Thanks for joining me.
Hello and welcome back to Defense of the Patients.
So you guys have breaks on your show, huh?
We're putting breaks in, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have breaks on our show. We work the full hour.
We're getting ready to start advertising Dr. Pepper and Red Bull because that's what's seemingly keeping Wazoo and I alive.
Can you imagine if you got the doctor on your side, dude?
If you had the doctor on your side, cases and cases, you go through a flat every day, dude. Imagine if you just had flats coming in once a day.
I have a good...
Airdropped.
I drink a lot of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, you do. It's ridiculous. It's bad. It's bad. Remember those experiments in 7th grade when people would put teeth in Dr. Pepper and it's like, after 7 years, this is what a tooth will look like.
I don't give a shit. I take good care of my teeth. Otherwise, I can indulge in some Dr. Peppers from time to time. Coming from motherfucking Red Bull for blood does not give you wings, gives you fucking heart disease.
It's definitely bad for you. And I'm starting to realize that I should definitely not stop because the withdrawal effects will be really bad.
You know how they show people like taking like pills and stuff in movies, and then just like little bit to tide me over. They're shaking like that in the morning when I get my first Dr. Pepper sip. That's how I feel. I'm like, just a little bit of the doctor, just a little bit of the doctor. You know?
Oh, cracking a crisp Red Bull where it's so cold it burns my hand a little bit.
That shit is gross.
I turn the fridge on way super cold, like the coldest cold, and throw my Red Bulls in there and
It's like, I just imagine it dripping down the corner. Ugh.
And you know what? I get up and then I go get accolades in class. And that's what happens. Wow, that was so insightful when you chose to speak and answer my question when everybody else was falling asleep. And it was like, yeah, and everybody else is like fucking drawing on their jeans and like spitting gum onto the desk.
Are you in a
yeah,
secondary high school or something?
It feels like that, yes.
It's like Bender from the Breakfast Club is like, fuck you.
You know what's in the wheelbarrow? All those beautiful calculus and physics notes where it's like a whole wheelbarrow full. And then I'm studying for this comm exam and I'm like, I just keep putting it off. And I literally, on my desktop, I have Dota and what you should be doing right now in a Word document of everything I should be studying. And I always click Dota because the test isn't until Thursday. I've started to memorize some of the terms. But anyway, you've been playing support. And you've been saying you've been enjoying support. And you are a good support.
I play a lot of everything, man.
You didn't play a lot of everything for a long time. You played a lot of a little bit of everything, which was Lycan, Sven, Jug, maybe. I feel like you could be a great CK. I don't know why you don't
play CK.
You don't play CK.
Yeah, I do.
You can play CK.
I literally do play him though. So
I don't see it often enough. I feel like you would be a great CK, especially with your armlet Twitch. You need to play armlet heroes because you're good at that. I bet. I don't watch you, but I know you got an armlet on the Alchemist. You've been playing Alchemist.
Yep.
He's been playing mid. He's been letting me go safe lane. Big Papa took his role.
I'm not a douche, that's why.
Nope, Big Papa took your role, dude. Big Papa can beat your Sven.
That's called being a douche.
Do you think, where does my Sven rate to yours, in your opinion?
Well, you gotta realize my Sven has luster just because of the items he has equipped.
So does mine, though.
Gifted to him from all over the world.
The Rhinoceros set's back to 245.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's a mistake.
Yes, it is.
No.
I saw the wall of $3 Rhinoceros sets. Maybe there was just a leak in South Africa.
Ironic. The land of ivory.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at.
But that's, whatever. Your set's dumb, and mine's way cooler.
The Rhinoceros Sven is not dumb, and I have the Goat Sven. Which, if you guys haven't tuned in...
If you're taking looks out completely, I'm still better. Just because I played a lot more games, I've been playing him for years. Way longer than you ever did.
Does that mean you're...
He's a passing fad, dude. It's like I've had a crush on her all my life, and like she gets kind of good looking, and then you want to date her, dude. But no, I've been with Sven since the hard times. Like she's crying about like ex-boyfriends and stuff, and I'm like, there.
Remember that
kind of thing.
That dude that stole Sven from me, and then he built
Mask of Madness and shit.
No, but he built even something sillier than Mask of Madness.
Battle Fury? Oh no, wait, no, only retards do that.
No, wow. For one. You'd get kicked out of Twitch chat. We don't say retard.
Sorry.
Okay?
I was trying to make a joke at you. Because you built Battle Fury, 2 Battle Furies on Sven.
3, sometimes 4. If I have determined it's 20 minutes in and we are stomping this match, everything goes into Battle Fury. And I build as many as I can. I went up against the PL, and the only way I wouldn't one-shot him is if I actually hit him. If I hit the real one...
It's ridiculous, man. Like, I'll see you build all these Battle Furies, but you won't have travels. And then you'll be like, as deep as fucking Bruce Willis was in Armageddon, like on that meteor, where he's like, leave me. You're like that deep into their base. Like, suicide mission deep. And then you're like, turn and like try to get out. And it's like...
Blink dagger, dude.
Yeah, you blink into the woods, and then they find you and kill you. And just beat you to death mercilessly. And so if you had like... travels, you could get out, you know? And like, you have this... like thing against travels, but they're actually a really good item.
Here's my thing: is treads are so fucking good. It's like,
but by the time you have the strength gain and all that shit,
that's 9 strength, dog.
You'll have. But at this point, you have other shit that is supplementing that. Anyway.
Not really. Sometimes, not really at all. And like those treads are giving me like 100 health.
What are you talking about? Not even at all. It's called the fucking
speed.
Echo Saber. You get 10 there.
But the Echo Saber's got to go at some point too. The Echo Saber is
By the time you have
fleeting.
like a satanic or something.
The Echo Saber is it's a warming up the seat for the 6th slot, dude. That's what the Echo Saber is.
Warming up the seat.
Warming up the seat for the 6th slot. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Echo Saber is.
I've never heard that before.
Because I made it up just then.
Warming up the seat.
Like warming up the seat, I don't know.
So like if
when people sit on a chair
and you
then
take
sit
it,
there
thanks for
it's
warming
hot.
it up for me.
Yeah, when
It's
you
always,
sell
I've
it.
always found that a little creepy that
Yeah.
you're complimenting their butt warmth.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
I know. Well, it is a little weird.
Echo you can keep, but typically when you're getting, as I see it, more attack speed, like what's the point of holding on to it? Like those 2 strikes start to become less and less valuable as your general attack
It's 3
speed
strikes.
goes up.
It's 3 strikes because it slows by 0.6, giving you another attack.
So you go duh duh duh.
No, you go duh duh duh, and like that's how
But
it
you still get
usually
the
works.
strike before.
The first strike is followed by a quick second strike, so it's duh duh
No, it's 2 strikes and then you get a normal strike.
duh duh 0.6 seconds slow.
Well, you might get
The-
100 strikes if you just sit there and hit them 100 times, but I'm talking within that ability, it gives you 2 hits.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it
And-
really gives you 3 because it slows them by 0.6, and you can get that third. You can do duh 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 and then run away. And with God Strength
But
on,
but when you have like AC and shit, you're gonna be.
I've never built AC on Sven on my Smurf. I don't have slots for that type of thing, and
That's
I
good.
know I'm gonna get crucified for saying that, and like I know there are situations.
Seems like it was
sometimes
more
to
common
get it.
before Echo, for some reason. But maybe that's because people.
Echo isn't as good as even a Hyperstone as far as attack speed.
But you're not taking
You're
into
not
account
getting-
stats,
yeah,
and a lot of
you're not
people
getting
cut
stats.
the Sanjin Yasha out from the stats that they get from the Echo Saber. They just don't get the Sanjin Yasha, and I've seen you do that quite a bit.
I never get SNY on Sven,
It's good.
which is because I'm so slot starved.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Quell and Stout only for about 10, well, probably around 18 minutes is when I'm getting rid of Stout for Blink. Like I'm effectively 6 slotted the entire game. Anyway, Manila Major's coming up. I know nothing about it.
Nice transition.
Yeah. It was.
I don't really know anything about it. I just know that I'm looking forward to watching. I can't wait to see it put into
Our
a
boy
new
Jack's
area.
going to be there.
Korean barbecue will be there on the scene, translating for Chinese teams as he does. We hope to tune in and check out everything with you guys. You don't even know who was invited, right?
No.
They did all the qualifiers right already. The tournament's due to
I don't-
start the beginning of June, I believe.
Busy.
And a lot of surprises there, so go check that out. We're not going to go over it on the show because I believe other people have done that already. You can find that in previous shows. That
And
we've
we'll-
done.
yeah,
Look,
we'll-
I just stepped right into the Masters command panel.
No,
of the
you
show,
didn't.
dude.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, just count-
you don't know
commentating the dragon,
anything
dude.
about it.
I'm Daenerys
neither of
Stormborn.
us know anything about it. Here's the thing with
Two
the Manila
dragons.
Here's the thing with watching Dota for me. I don't have time for it.
I do, dude. But I turn into like a piece of shit when I do it because I'll just like stay up until like 10 a.m. watching, just like huddled in a blanket, and then I won't sleep very well, and I'll just like
No.
those tournaments mess me up, dude.
I fall
and I'm sure
asleep.
everybody else can understand.
And I don't know. There's just
It's awesome, dude. It really is cool to see. Like,
it's so cool. It's so cool that a video game that I love and cherish and love to play, and every time I say that it's getting dull, they do something to fix it and make it better. I think this battle pass like rejuvenated my love for Dota. It did.
then when they take it away, you're just gonna be like, "What is this husk
No.
of a game?"
And the Immortal
Like-
Gardens was such a sweet map. Ugh,
I
worth the money.
I'm not gonna say so. I mean, like, they should have made it like a level 80 thing or something.
So why?
125, because starting at
It's
level 1,
50
like, there's
it's-
no way you're ever gonna get that thing
It's
without
like
spending
50
money.
bucks.
Too much, dude, for a map.
Oh, but it's so cool.
I
And-
do hope, however, that they do play I hear the map itself because of like how many polygons it's rendered at because
we both saw the same
lagged.
Reddit.
It's on Reddit.
It's triangles.
Exactly. Well, it just has more than the default
times
map, so it's
like
more to render.
Times 6.
Yeah.
It's harder to render. But on my, I don't notice shit.
I hope
on
they
my
figure
machine.
that out, like figure out a way to not make it lag in any way possible, and do play the international maps on it because it has like the Aegis and shit up there. Mm-hmm. It just looks really cool for that.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I have like a Bill Gates super machine, so I don't notice anything, dude. I love that, especially since installing this solid state. It's just like, what would you like to do? I've already done
Bill
it.
Gates probably has like Jarvis. It's like, hello, Bill. And he's like, well, hi.
Well, let's see what other people are doing and see if we can turn a profit. A very big, quick profit.
But the times, like, Dota's never been as exciting of a game as it's going to be. It excites me to be on a general Dota show, even though we've done like no real analysis there. We've just kind of mentioned things.
That's not what I'm here for. You guys are. We started this thing to log our journey, and that's what we're doing. We're bringing you in and kind of showing you what's going on in our life.
It's exciting times. I mean, I wonder if we're hitting our peak here with this stuff because, like, just where the game's at, how good people are getting, the amount of money on the table, and all that just seems to be making a very cool and unique type esports experience. And where Blizzard let down games like StarCraft that maybe had some money, Valve is making sure to pick up the slack here with the majors. About Manila, like, hopefully we'll see a little bit more of a production increase compared to the last major.
We will. It's PGL that's doing it, and they
who's PGL?
It's a production company.
Well, that's what people said about Perfect World. They're a huge they're a huge name in
I'm sure
Asian
Manila
America
will blow us away, is my prediction there. In that Dota knows that this has got to be a spectacle, and they're going to make it as spectacular as they can in the Philippines. So I'm looking forward to, I don't know, it's cool to see the people that you interact with up there, and they're on the stage. It's like your buddy's on the stage, you know what I mean? You're like, look, there's my buddy. He's the one on the stage.
That's how I feel every single time I see Korean barbecue.
Or Nahaz. I mean, anytime I see Nahaz.
But KBBQ is like one of our boys, though. You know what I mean?
Nahaz is one of our boys. I talk to Nahaz on a
We're
regular
more
basis.
of his boys. We're supporters of House Nahaz. Like, we're his bannermen.
Yeah, he could call on us.
But
for
yeah,
any
but Jack
task.
himself is also a bannerman of our cause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's allied along us.
Yeah, for sure.
And so to see him up there doing his thing is awesome because he always gets great feedback. He's got good diction, like, I don't know Chinese from like my fucking from your left elbow.
I don't know a single way to say anything.
Me neither.
In Chinese.
But I just know like how he presents himself. He's like a showman. He's very good at not like taking the spotlight, but like passing on very good information. It's
Colombian educated.
Hell yeah. KBBQ cast. Let's replace this slot. If Danny doesn't come back ever, maybe he just left. We can replace him with KBBQ.
Korean barbecue would be super nice and like eloquent about it, and be just basically saying, "I don't want to do a show with you."
And when you build those Battle Furies, it makes me hate you, Roland.
They were recording their last episode of the Dot Pro show.
Is it the last one before they go?
Well, they're both going on. Jack is going to the Philippines, and Witcher's going to China. So we're gonna come up with something super cool and exciting for the Dot Pro show.
Oh boy.
Might just be me talking about my Sven, going through Sven analyses. At 10 minutes, I had 79 last hits, which is my personal record. Hope to beat it one day. Anyway,
sounds like a AUI 2000 video.
I've never seen one.
Go watch his Sven videos. It's pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good carry.
Well, no shit, dude. AUI 2000, dude.
I just presented you with information. And you're like, no shit, bro. Get some fucking info. Yeah. It's like, I just told you that information. Like, you're not switcherooing that.
That's funny.
Yeah, he does a good one about side pulling the camp and everything. And
yeah, the 53 side
That's
pull?
how my team would show me those videos in 82L for how wrong I was and everything I was doing.
That's funny. Yeah, it's all about efficiency, and that's one thing, you know,
AUI
was
at that, yeah.
He was known for that, on doing like something, the armlet on some hero that he like mathed it out and figured out that it was the most effective way to play some hero.
After TI, there was a meme that showed Win TI5, kicked from team. Win TI6, kicked from team. Win TI7, kicked from team. Win TI8, kicked from team. Win TI9. You know, it just went on and on and on, just like an endless loop. And like, it's funny to think that could be possible. That
He
could
didn't win
happen.
TI5.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
AUI 2000.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Uh,
EG.
Oh yeah. Okay. TI. Okay. I was thinking TI4. Sorry, and I was like, that was a Chinese team.
TI6 is the one coming up, right?
Yeah, I know. I was
Okay,
getting my years confused.
Just think, okay, you know how it's 2016? Look at the end digit, and that's the TI year we're on, dude. Like, believe it or not, it's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that does totally add up now.
So you can also get a calendar if you want, and use your hand to cover up the first 3 ones. Oh, yeah. It's like when they have you hold up L's on both your hands, and you know that the L that's right is your left hand.
Are you making fun of me right now?
Yeah.
Because that's how I picture right and left. Is I don't have to
L and not L.
No, I don't have to put my hands out anymore to see that one is an L. Because if you're left hand, you put them out like a loser sign. I picture that in my mind, and that's how I know what right is and what left is.
That's
it's a
okay.
weird,
Until I was like
mental loop.
Until I was like a full blown adult, I couldn't tell direction. Like I couldn't tell you what north, east.
You still
like they'd be like, what direction? I'd be like, north, and they're like, that can't be right. I'm like, east, you know, and like until I got it right, and then like, bye, you know. But I finally did figure it out somehow.
I know that Salt Lake's south.
Yep.
And that's what like my whole judgment of everything is based on.
But look for all of our guys involved in the Manila Major coming up. We're gonna have lots of people. We'll have people on the ground. We'll have people covering it here at DotP Studio.
Oh yeah, people I guess want to know this. So we're not moving. We are staying in the studio. We had an inspector go through the home, and it was ridiculous. The problems with the house, and we backed out. No way, it wasn't worth the money. And I talked to Audrey, like, it's like, babe, this is not a good idea. This is just not a good idea. And so we backed out, and we're not purchasing the home. We backed out on the last due date that we could, and I'm happy about it. You're happy about it too.
But they used it to shake me in the process. They were like, "We'll back out of the contract, but you have to take my brother in." And so I'm actually still moving.
No, they got there's a thing called earnest money, where it's like, I'm gonna pay you X percentage of the home, and just because I'm gonna buy the house from you, but I'm gonna give you the earnest money straight up right now. So like $3,000 down the toilet is basically what happened.
You don't get that back?
No, it's earnest money. That's us saying we're gonna buy your house, and here's $3,000 to prove it. And if we don't buy your house,
that sounds like
see you
such
later,
a mob-like
$3,000.
system.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, buy yourself something nice while I look for a house.
And then everybody you know
an
comes into
envelope.
your life, all of a sudden wanting to throw shit out at you. Oh my god, do you have a loan guy? Real estate, you know?
Yeah.
It's so many people make money off homes. The appraiser, the inspectors, the fucking real estate agents, the loan officers, and every single one wants to take a little piece out of your ass, dude. Fuck that.
Out of your ass.
No.
Doesn't sound like my type of thing.
And we have no mortgage here, so it's like, why the fuck would we go into a place where we did have a mortgage? Stupid.
So we will be sticking around in our same old digs.
Mm-hmm. And I'm fine with it.
No interrupt to the schedule.
I'm 30% the way on my loading bar to having a baby, which is crazy. It's gone by quick from finding out to being at 30% already. She is starting to show her pregnancy and how she's pregnant. Wazoo's having a crisis inside right now.
It's just crazy, man. Like
Yeah.
Your life's going to be way different.
It'll be alright. I'm excited. I think it'll be cool to have a little mini me that will play piano.
Maybe. Remains to be seen.
I'm gonna give it like a 3 strikes you're out. Like if it complains like 3 good times about the piano lessons, no more piano lessons. Yeah, I want a child prodigy. You know what I mean? Yeah, can play Beethoven stuff at like 3 years old.
Well, the baby would be a lot smarter than you, and that would be really hard to reconcile.
Hopefully it gets some Audrey genes. You know, hopefully my genes don't completely take over like they're known to do. They're like a vicious virus, dude. Take over the host. Anyway, I'm Roland. This is Wazoo. Today we talked about lanes, Sven, placing higher in MMR.
Sven Lanes. I'm gonna plug my show.
No, your show got plugged already.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
You had
back
a whole
in time.
You had a whole commercial.
Back in time. Blur, 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 blur.
You had a whole
If you want
commercial.
the show, go back
But
in
no,
time.
we will plug the
Reach
shows.
me at DotP_Wazoo. Check out the other people in the DotP lineup. Look for our boy KBBQ at Manila doing some translation.
What?
And
what?
yeah, thanks for joining. Check out the in-houses on Saturday
That's
nights.
if you're trying to do our plugs, you're doing them all wrong.
Check out our YouTube
No.
at .ptv.
No, you're confusing people. Okay, iTunes, super cool place to go leave a review. Honest, hopefully. Talk about whatever you'd like in there. Don't leave a rating that you disagree with. Leave a rating that is exactly on a Likert scale what you think we should be. Then you can go to defensepatients.com.
Which is a 5.
Whatever they think. Then you can go to defensepatients.com.
Who are you, Dick Van Dyke, wearing socks like that? Like, are you a 90-year-old man?
Wearing nice gray dress socks with
Yeah.
dress shoes?
Yep.
I don't know.
Dick Van Dyke, dude. Didn't
Okay.
know.
All right. We went and watched Game of Thrones over at a friend's house, you know.
Honey, wear my woolen socks.
You can also find us on YouTube by searching .ptv1 or /.ptv1, Twitch.ptv. I've been doing some shenanigans.
So he's gone back to school for Lycan Sveniger.
Yes, I have. I graduated from Lycan Sveniger, and it's taught me the skills to stay alive in lane. You know, that was when we did that intro. It was me and you when Denny was gone in Boise.
Oh, yeah. Lycan Sveniger.
Yeah, we used to.
Learning skills to carry today.
I was sick too, and I was like, "Do you want to learn about Lycan Sveniger?"
Probably from all the cigarettes you smoke. Sound like someone with a hole in their throat.
No, dude, it'll be the Red Bull. I'll have a hole in my belly that I just
And
has
in your
to
throat.
drain like Red Bull citrus, dude.
That's so gross. Red Bull citrus sounds highly acidic.
Call our voicemail and have a blast. Leave
Just
us,
do heavy
leave us
breathing
messages.
Sometimes. Just
You can
then
do
hang
whatever. The number is 1-888-410-7150. We will put you on the show if we think if you're good enough. Yo, I was looking for a
remember,
rhyme,
you
but
have
I couldn't
such
find
company as Pub Trash.
Pub Trash. You've got Pub Talk. You've got
Oh,
Worse
remember
Ways
when,
to Die.
Brad Swagwagon called her and he's like, "You guys are Pub Trash."
And then we met him at TI5 and he was awesome, dude. And I just see him down the hall. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, you fucking pub trash?" And everyone looks at me and and it's like a stare off, and he does like a rope gesture, like he's roping me in, and I'm like not doing it because it's an invisible rope, and I'm not letting him. He's trying to pull forward, and I'm like, it's not attached. It's an invisible rope. I'm staying right here. Fuck you. Anyway, we had a blast. It was fun hanging out with him.
Yep, come to TI. We'll talk about that in the months leading up.
Oh yeah, TI. We are staying. All I'm gonna say is we're staying on beautiful Lake Washington. Jeff Bezos, my brother, my friend, my Amazonian, is letting us crash at his pad.
Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, the owner of Amazon, the founder of Amazon.
I've never heard his name before.
Or the CEO, some big wig.
Bill Gates. We already
I'd have to
mentioned
Wikipedia him again in order to know his direct correlation with Amazon. But something big time, and he's a billionaire. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this episode of A Little More Brotherly Love while Denny's gone doing God knows what. And we'll use Denny's... what's your... Oh, yours is stay hard and stay classy, huh? That's your closing line. I don't have a closing line because I've never had
your transitions are like. Well, okay. Moving on. It's like a math teacher trying to like move on to the next concept.
I guess it'd be for all my dot peeps. This is Roland.
Just do was all a dream.
No, that's like I'm gonna use Denny's. This for
You
Roland.
brought it in with Denny. Let me bring it out with Denny.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey everybody! So thanks for watching us. You can reach us in all of our .p stuff.
Watching us.
Yeah. And
I can't watch it.
Godspeed, everybody, and Godspeed. Yeah. And Godspeed, everybody, and Godspeed.